We're giving Muff lots to look forward to.
Yes. Stop moving so much.
First of all, in Europe, everything is small, so these little cups.
Right. I'm used to drinking out of a jumbo size cup
With a top.
that says coffee in one hand, confidence in the other.
Are you confidently drinking that little coffee though?
You know, this isn't my confident cup. I can. Good morning.
Don't you move it too much.
I can talk to all my coworkers.
And I want to focus on experiences. All right. So the last category was living to 30, and one thing I focused on was experiencing things that I go to. Like last year when I went to the Beyonce concert, I only recorded one time because I wanted to take in the experience instead of having my phone up the whole time.
Forget that, I was front row, honey. I was there.
We were supposed to make these 30 things we wanted to do before 30 lists. I only got to like 8.
11. What's on your list?
Okay, 11 things. I did most of them. I started this vlog, even though it took me a long time to get it rolling.
But you did it.
But I did it. So I think in my last video, I talked about how I wanted to practice follow through. So I think this is a good example of something that I didn't start and then say, I'm not doing it anymore. Even though in the back of my mind, I thought I would be able to have more videos out each month. It just didn't work realistically.
But
there were at least 2 on the 25th of every month from, the initial one was in March, so from April to September. So I think that's a good thing. I said, learn to do something that takes skill. And I said, no, I didn't do anything. But they reminded me that editing these videos,
that's skill.
and
patient.
And I said I wanted to go on an international trip. Here we are in Barcelona. What else is going on?
Cooking class we
We
did.
took a cooking class. Still don't cook. No, I'm just kidding. It's been. Plus, what have you guys experienced in this last year of your 20s?
I actually made a list of things that I wanted to do before 30. Yeah, so, but things that I have done, I went on 2 international trips. During my first one in Dubai, I went skydiving, which was amazing. I moved to a different state, 2 states, North Dakota and Vermont. That was different. I don't read, but I read 3 or 4 books.
I'm very proud of you.
This year, I journaled about travel nursing. I had a Black Girl Magic photo shoot, and it was magical.
So magical.
To say the least. I put 5 states I want to travel to because I always say, oh, I want to go travel international, but I have never experienced different states. So I actually been to like 7.
Went to the Drake concert in Missouri
Yes,
for
my
one day.
sisters added themselves to my trip.
She didn't invite us.
That was supposed to be
We just
number
pulled up.
16 solo trip, but it did not work out that way. So I still need to do a solo trip. I did winter sports. I went snowshoeing with my coworkers. And I also did paddleboarding. I paid off all my credit cards.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I met my savings goal. I increased the stocks in my portfolio. I kind of came up with a business plan, but it's not solid, so we'll put a middle emoji on that one. And then I think, and put myself first, which I said I was gonna do. So those are a lot of, in my hair. Tara will say otherwise, but I think I've been doing an amazing job with my hair because I've been doing it for work. I actually look presentable. I love my life that I'm currently experiencing.
All right, Bree, what have you experienced in this final stint of your 20s?
So unfortunately, I didn't write down a list, but I will say, I think one of the interesting things for me about age 29 was my freshman year in college. I turned 19 and I wrote a 10-year things I wanted to do over the next 10 years. So I wrote at this age, blah, 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 blah. So it stopped at 29. So like literally when I turned 29, I was like, I really didn't think this far. But I will say that over the past year, I've seen, all of my family, whether they come to me or I visit them, which has been really important to me and will continue to be important to me. I I've got to celebrate my friends, the birth of their children, again, visiting them, cousins getting new jobs, like all those things, seeing good things happen for people in my life have kind of been, I'm not gonna say they're all the experiences I want to do myself, but I also think it's a good taste of what I want to continue to have around me. And I think I've just been able to go there, being happy for somebody else has done wonders for me. And again, back to, so my house was important to me, but then also my business that I have and I'm starting and getting the hang of while I'm working at my job too has really kind of not necessarily shifted my career goals, but it's helped put some different things in perspective. And it's helped me see like who's really about to be there just for you and the things that you're doing, what people ask you about, how people celebrate your successes with you. So I think a lot of what I've experienced this past year has been supporting the people in my life, and in turn they're doing that with me. So it kind of makes the more mundane things about my last year not feel that way. I feel like I did a lot. I had a lot of emotions because lots of things happened this past year, things that I grew from, things that some unexpected, but I still learned my lessons. It also taught me that I'm just really at a point in life where I can really be self-sufficient. Like if I need to unfortunately pay for something I don't want to pay for, like last summer my brakes went out in my car. Yep, I was so annoyed with that because it cost $1,200 to fix and they told me I couldn't take my car. So I didn't have that $1,200 on hand at that moment, so I had to like open up a credit card. All these things I'm really mad about, but I paid that off. I worked out. I was still able to drive on my car. So I really enjoyed experiencing what it means to be able to provide for myself. I think it is preparing me for the type of wife I want to be, the type of mother I want to be. I'm a very like independent person, not saying that I am not going to be ready to be taken care of the way I think husbands should take care of wives in that respect, but I also am going to be bringing a lot of my own experience, a lot of my own organization to the table. I'm going to know how I want things to happen, so even if you are taking care of certain things, I'm gonna be able to have an informed opinion on it, and just really being able to build, like, I think 20 set a really good foundation for where I am and where I want to go. I'm going on this trip.
Your experiences. You said something about the type of wife or mom you want to be, and I know in my initial video I compared myself to my mom at 30.
I would never be my mother.
When my mom was 30, she was 23 when she had me. So I was 6 or 7. She had 3 children, a husband. Like, and when I look at myself now, I'm like, how did she do that? Because I have a hard time managing my own life. Like, it seems, I know it looks like we have it pretty much together, and I think we do. But if you threw some kids and a man in the mix, like a full time, like live with me.
Yeah,
we would be sure a lot.
I just don't know how getting to work would happen. I just really don't.
But they made it work. You know, some of us have different feelings about children than others.
I want to have kids.
We know.
I pray that I can have children.
We know.
I take that back. Chicken right now, but I have opened myself these last couple of years. I've been experiencing a lot of things, and I'm okay with having something other than chicken nuggets.
All right, you're so sad.
Yeah. Oh, to that point though, the reason I do love all my friends and my cousins' kids though is because if God forbid I don't have children, I love that I have close friends and, you know,
that's
sisters.
So nice.
Hey, your kid needs something?
I got you.
Got you.
And I
Auntie
think
Bree
it's good.
is here.
It's
I love
good,
that.
perspective, because I think that like hanging out with people. Of course, people never tell you the best of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All the stories that my friends and people
Birth
that
is
know,
beautiful.
like share about me with birth have me on the no list. Like to be honest.
I don't want to lose the edges that I don't have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But you know, they do have their kids and they love them and it's a beautiful relationship. However,
it prepares me. It's a true.
I can offer my body to science for one time.
Oh no. Maybe dose if it was an accident, because I think that's what I was. I mean, my brother.
All right, I think this has been a wonderful conversation, and I think Brittany just gave us a segue to end. Does anyone have any closing thoughts? Especially Brianna, because I think you're done.
No, I'll go after Brie.
Don't know if I have. Yeah, my closing thoughts are: I'm happy to be here at 30. I'm happy to be celebrating it with you two. I know Brittany as an extension of Amber, but I'll say it on here because I just really didn't expect to get from you. If I was a crier, I think I would have cried.
No, I like to celebrate and make sure everyone knows that we're proud of you. And buying a new house and turning 30 and experiencing struggling. I feel like we had a lot of the same struggle.
It
was good to know that we weren't alone.
Exactly.
And, you know, figuring out this adulting thing.
Yeah.
Correct, because struggling is hard, and I think that people don't talk about it enough. So it's kind of like, what, bro, you were struggling with that same thing? Like, now I feel okay. Like, we can talk through, or I feel like better about myself knowing that I'm not alone with I don't have it all together. Because I feel like a lot of people make you feel like either you're supposed to have it together at 30 and you don't. And then now you like, what have I done?
Yeah.
And then you two are here to help me, like, you know what, Brittany, you've done this, you've done that, and vice versa. So it's kind of like you need people to like remind you.
It's a good reality check.
Right. And it's like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. Remember, this is your goal. Like, oh yeah, you're right. So I think that it's good that we all were able to experience this. Like,
I think so too.
Because people don't talk about the struggle, and it's real.
Yeah. It's so real. Well, I just want to say that I want to thank you guys for being my sounding block and listening to me and all my struggles and joining me for this. I had no clue we were going to talk this long at all, but it was all good stuff that we said.
This is a good testament to kind of like the bonds that are here. Because I feel like, you know, you've been with me since day one, literally. Maybe day 14, but you know, this has been my.
I think it's more like 17 because I'm exactly 2 weeks younger than her.
I can't do
She's
that.
like 3 days. You're like,
We all struggle with that.
Yes.
31. I will learn how to add.
I'm sorry. I don't struggle with math.
I was about to say,
I did in that moment.
She knows how to count.
I did in that
Very good at
moment.
counting.
Hey, listen, if you put a dollar sign in front of that, I'm good. But other than
Let me
that,
count that up.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up so we can enjoy the rest of our last day here in Barcelona.
drinking this.
Thank you
nice
guys
wine.
for joining us to talk about turning 30, ending our struggle, starting our journey into our 30s.
Yes.
Toasting with our drink that
All right.
my finger for.
Cheers to 30 years. That was wrong. You gotta go. Wait, no. Cheers to 30 years. Okay, we're gonna do a practice one. I'm gonna go out. You guys come meet me.
Like this.
Right? That's how you cheers, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers to 30 years. We still struggling. Cheers.
I think that's cute.
All right. Let's do that one. All right. Cheers to 30 years.
Wow. Hey, pick up your cup and meet us halfway.